Hello, Virgo. These are your messages for the week of 11th of June to the 17th of June. Virgo, these are general messages, and this can be for sun, moon, or rising, Virgo. Messages for June 11th to June 17th for Virgo. General messages. Let's go ahead and have a look at the cards and see what messages come up for this week for you, Virgo. So Virgo, the message that I'm seeing here for this week, I kind of feel like there's something going on at your work situation. Something going on at work. I feel like you kind of feel like you're alone in the situation. I feel like you feel isolated. You feel alone. You kind of feel like whatever's happening at your job situation, I'm taking the Emperor here as a structure, as possibly a job situation, a company. And I feel like there is something going on at your job here, some animosity towards people, maybe some resentment towards people. I feel like there's some arguments happening at work. And I want to say, like, Virgo, you happen to be close with possibly a Leo here, but there is somebody at work that you're kind of, maybe you've warmed up to, maybe you've taken a liking to, maybe, in the sense that there is a person there that you can talk to. But I feel like everybody else at this company is kind of, I feel like you have two people here kind of back and forth with this kind of five challenging energy here. And I feel like the manager or the boss is, they're kind of strict. They may be a little bit rigid with their rules. They may be not so flexible. I don't see any flexibility in this company where you're at, Virgo. And I feel like, you're kind of feeling isolated, and you kind of feel like you have one other person that you can talk to. Like I said, this could be a Leo energy, but it's any kind of energy that's going to be warm. It's going to be compassionate. I feel like you do have the possibility of this person being there for you if you need to talk about something, if you need to discuss something. They may not always be available because they may be in a position that they're doing something, maybe they're working on something else at the time that you need them, but I feel like that energy is there if you need it. And I feel like kind of, all surrounding you, really regarding your work situation here, is there's a little bit of hostility almost. I feel really, especially with the manager, there's kind of like, this rigidity, this kind of like, just this person giving orders, and, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. And I don't feel like there's any sensitivity here. And, I do want to say work because, like I said, I'm seeing the Emperor here as a structure, and being right next to the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like it's happening in the workplace, a work type structure. And I feel like, this manager is kind of rigid, definitely not flexible. So whatever needs to be done needs to be done. It needs to be now. And I feel like you have some other drama kind of going on here. There may be this back and forth kind of, maybe a few people within the company are kind of, maybe they're moody, maybe they're back and forth with their own drama. I feel like they're kind of in their own world here. And I feel in general, there may be a little bit of hostility happening here. I feel this five is kind of a challenging energy. So I do want to say, Virgo, if, my question is how is the place that you're working at right now? Is this, I feel like this may be a place that has some individual cliques almost. Maybe you have two people doing their own thing, kind of back and forth. Then you have the manager that's kind of, giving orders like this needs to be done, blah, blah, blah. I feel like, there's some rigidity in the workplace in general, maybe some resentment, animosity, maybe some arguing going on. There's definitely some challenging kind of energy. And I feel like really where you're working, you kind of feel on your own. I feel like you have this, at least one other person that may be there for you. They may be able to provide some assistance, some help, especially on a personal level. Maybe there's some personal challenges going on here, Virgo, and sometimes you just need someone to talk to. But I feel like it's also work related. But this person's not always 100% available. They're doing the best that they can, but they may have some other things that they need to tend to, so they can't always be 100% available. So I kind of feel like you're kind of isolated in this energy, Virgo. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. And my message is, if that's the workplace, if that's kind of where you're at, are you considering other options for your job? Are you, have you been looking for other places? So that's kind of what I'm seeing overall for this week. For you, Virgo, is you're kind of in this situation right now. I don't feel like it's anything major. I feel like it's just kind of, it is a challenge. It's kind of challenging working with this kind of energy. And I feel like, the positive thing is you do have another person at that place of your work right now. So maybe you're in a situation right now that you're kind of immobile. You really, I don't see any movement right now that you're changing jobs or that you're going to a different job or that you're looking. However, I do see, the positive aspect that comes out is I do see that there is this other person. They may not always be 100% there, but I definitely do feel like there is another person that you can confide in at your place of employment. So you're not completely as isolated as you think that you are. I just feel like this Nine of Coins energy. I feel like, this woman, even though she has a lot, and she's stable and she's secure, she is alone in her garden and, she's with her bird, but, she has kind of a solemn look on her face. So I always take this as kind of an energy, depending on the cards around it, as a kind of isolated energy. So that is, that's the message that I'm seeing. That's the message that I'm seeing for this week, Virgo. If you are in this kind of environment, know that, on a positive note, you do have at least one other person in that company. So, you can remain, if you have no other choice but to remain there for a little bit of time, it's best to kind of avoid whatever this drama is. I feel like, this back and forth water drama is gossiping. I feel like these two together are doing quite a lot of gossiping in the company. Is usually never a good thing. This could be an older person with a younger person, and they're kind of back and forth with, drama and, maybe some fantasy stories. And I feel like they're kind of wishy-washy. I feel like they're kind of in their own area, kind of in their own sector. Kind of best to avoid this kind of energy. And I feel like the manager definitely, she's strict, rigid, not flexible at all. Best to avoid that. And this is happening in a work situation. Virgo, if you can just concentrate on your work, concentrate on the details, concentrate on, getting your task done, getting done what needs to be done. Concentrate on this above all else, Virgo. Don't get caught up in this drama. Don't get caught up in whatever this is going on here. Don't get caught up in company politics. Definitely concentrate on your work and know that you do have at least one other person in that company or in that job or in that workplace that, you can confide in. And this could possibly be a Leo energy. or this could just be anybody that's there. They may not always be 100% there. They may be tending to their own tasks, but there is at least one other person. So that is the message that I see for you for this week, Virgo. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and have a good week.